What is cracking, good people? We are ready for another Ball Mania. Yeah, we jumping right into it. In fact, we're already locked and loaded. So jump on in if you wish to be involved in this action-packed late night, midnight Monday draft here on GAB Sports with your boy Young Moolah. Yeah, it's all about DK Metcalf tonight. Is DK Metcalf undervalued or overrated? Chime in with your thoughts here. You can go ahead and participate in that poll if you would, please. But we are going to jump right in to this draft. As I said, we're already locked and loaded. So if you want in, you better jump in right now. All right, we're going to hit you in 1 minute. We'll be right back.
I read the board like maps. 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I built my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows, then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino, flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks, I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups, line up who fades in the rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every we got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clout. Say my name when lights go out.
It's your boy Young Moolah, man. Yes. As I said, we are already locked in, and we are gentle and blissful, gifted and beautiful, generous and benevolent. Most appreciatively, we are grateful and blessed. Yeah, let's jump right into it. We're already rolling with this draft right here. So let's go ahead and get it cracking. We are in the 8-hole here on the BBM. And so we'll go ahead and discuss our topic as we are drafting. And so we will talk about our guy here, DK Metcalf, as we get rolling here in just a second. As you can see, we are sharing the board here. Yeah, we're jumping right into BBMs. We don't know how long they take to fill. And so hopefully, if you were able to get in, that's fine. If not, stick around. Maybe we'll do another. Yeah, but we'll go ahead and talk our way through this one as we have the 8th selection. Yeah, this is my 10th BBM, as we only plan to do about 25 of these contests. Oh yeah, this is lining up exactly how we wanted it to. I checked my shares of this guy, and I wanted a few more, especially in the BBM. So we are rocking with our number 1 stunner this year, Ashton Genty. Yep, we're going to roll with him. I think this is a legendary type season, potentially coming from the West Coast. The West Coast is the best coast. And we are going to wreck some shop this year. Genty, the Raiders, your boy Young Moolah, your boy Nice and Blunt, your boy Hartman, your boy BBG. We are West Coast Raiders, man. The Riders, Midnight Marauders, man. We coming at you. And the West Coast is about to take some shit down, man. I know I am. I hope y'all want to join me. If you do, come along and ride this train. So we're talking about DK Metcalf. What are your thoughts? Personally, I think it's setting up on paper to be a fantastic situation if a couple of things can happen. And I'll talk a little bit more after I make this next selection. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? No, we're going to do this instead. As much as tempting as it is to want to do that, I'm not going to do it in this draft. We're going to do this instead, yes. Because I got a plan for the 3rd round. And if it happens to materialize, this is how the structure I want already. So back to DK Metcalf. Yeah, DK Metcalf is one of those polarizing players. Some people hate him. Some people think he's overrated. Some people love him. Some people think he's undervalued this year. And to me, where I stand is that he could be in a very good spot if a couple of things happen. Because Mike McCarthy is taking over as head coach, as we all know. And Aaron Rodgers is a long-time quarterback under Mike McCarthy. So they've had plenty of success in Green Bay. And so if the first thing that needs to happen for DK to realize a big season here, Aaron Rodgers has to still be able to chuck that ball, man. He's got to still be able to really be ready to wing it, ready to let loose. Because over the past couple of years, he's kind of processing is kind of slowed down. He don't want to take any hits. He don't want to hold on that ball. So he's getting rid of the ball a little quick, allowing him not to really chuck that ball down the field. Okay, so say that's the case. If he's not willing to chuck that ball down the field to DK, then the second thing that must occur for DK to realize his potential, he's got to become a more versatile, well-rounded route runner than he has shown to date. And is that possible this late into his career, or is he just what he is? We shall see. I don't never give up on a guy who possibly improving, as he could, been working on some stuff for a while. Because if you look at the number one receivers that Aaron Rodgers has worked with in the past, the Devontae Adamses, the Greg Jennings types, pretty much that's it. Jordy Nelson for a brief period. What they did, not so much Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson and DK may be kind of similar, which gives some hope. But that's when Rodgers was in his gunslinging mode, right? So that's my point, is that if he's not more well-rounded like a Devontae Adams or Greg Jennings, he may not be able to realize his true potential under this Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy pairing, because they also brought over a guy by the name of Michael Pittman, who can run a lot of those underneath routes and get separation, and catch a lot of contested balls too if he doesn't have the separation, but he can run the underneath stuff and get separation, and which Rodgers ideally would like to target those guys who can get open quick underneath because he doesn't want to hold the ball. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation for DK. Has he improved his route running to get involved in this quicker passing game that Rodgers tends to lean on more and more as he gets older? Or is Rodgers going to be able to hold on to that ball a little extra second and be able to hit DK in his sweet spot, which is further up the field? Those are the questions that need to be answered. And so I'm playing it pretty well here as far as what I think. As far as my exposure to DK, I'm probably slightly above the field at this point. And so we're hoping that it is realized into the best case for DK, that he does light it up in some fashion, whether it's through running better routes or Rodgers hitting him downfield. So that's where we stand. Where do you stand? Go ahead and come in and make your points clear. All right. I think we like this guy here as he's falling a little bit, and we like us some Garrett Wilson this year. I don't know why everybody's on the fence about the Jets. Yeah, stay on the fence. I want y'all to stay on the sideline about the Jets. Be a little bit anxious and doubting of them, because I feel like the Jets are going to do just fine this year with Geno at the helm. Yeah, not with no Clade Klubnik or whatever the hell. These dudes aren't even worth a top 3-round pick, these Klubniks and Allers and all these sorry-ass quarterbacks. Man, forget them. These dudes ain't even going to play as much as people think they're going to play. These dudes might not even get in. So until maybe week 18 or something, one game, if that. But if the Jets handle their business and do well enough, which is basically, if you're right around 500 deep into the season, you're competing for a playoff spot. They got 7 playoff spots now. So if you're right around 500, you cannot give up hope. So if you're like 6-8, 7-8, those type of records, they're gonna stick with veteran dudes. So just as long as you're not like 3-12, 3-15, which I don't see the Jets being that horrible, right? They got quite a bit of talent there on the offensive side of the ball. So we'll see how that plays out. But we love us some Garrett Wilson. I know that. So we're starting off with a 1-3, a 0-1-3, one running back, 3 receivers through 4 rounds. We got Ashton Jeanty and a trio of receivers: Drake London, Malik Neighbors, and Garrett Wilson. All right. Okay, we're coming back for our 5th round pick. And yeah, the 5th round is one of those rounds where things get a bit weird right about now. Because there are some guys we do like. And there are some guys we're okay passing, even though we like them. So we want to see what this board looks like at certain positions. And I think I know what I need to do. As tempting as it is to take a guy like Lamar, I don't want to do it. I'm going to take this guy who's looking pretty good right here. He's been looking pretty darn good. Another team that I'm a little bit above the field on than most. The Cleveland Municipal Park Browns. Municipal Stadium. I think that used to be the name of one of their old stadium back in the 80s or something. Municipal Stadium. The Cleveland Browns. Before they left. Yeah, before Art Modell packed up in the middle of the night, took off like a bandit, and left the city of Cleveland high and dry in the middle of the night. They never forgot that guy. Yes, for all you youngsters who don't know, take it from me, who's seen everything in this game. The Cleveland Browns left in the middle of the night, back in whatever year, I don't know, late 80s or whatever. And they became the Baltimore Ravens. That is the Cleveland franchise, original Cleveland franchise. So they had to be stripped of the Browns name. They couldn't use the Browns. So that's why they became the Baltimore Ravens, because the city of Cleveland did an unprecedented thing. They said, you can leave all you want. You're not taking this name. Little history lesson. That's why the Cleveland Browns kept their name. And years later, they got another team, an expansion team, the second iteration of the Cleveland Browns. And so that is the story of that. All right. Oh, man, this team is working out exactly how we would have wanted it to. I couldn't ask for a better start. A 0-2-4 start here in the BBM. Yes, we jumped into a BBM right away. If you want to join us, stick around for part 2. We may do one, we may not, because it's late. It's midnight on the East Coast. We're trying to do some midnight drafting, finding some plus EV out here. The Midnight Marauders, we call them. That's what we are. Coming here to raid the hen house. We're the fox, raiding the hen house. Just throwing a little background music. Our choice cut. Our custom music we make. We got plenty more of them. Check out our hype monsters, and you'll also get a taste of some of our other music and those hype videos that we make here at GAB Presents Hype Monsters, where it's a few videos of players that we may or may not be high on. Some of them we are, some of them we may not. We're just throwing out some hype videos to hype up some players for one reason or another. But the soundtrack is from yours truly to all of those videos. All right, let's get the microphone checked in order, because sometimes when you throw on the background music, the mic starts to kind of get muffled a little bit. So hopefully as I keep talking, it clears up sooner rather than later. And so we are coming into the 7th round. 7th round, wow, a lot of players are falling at a certain position. I know that. We got people falling here who we are interested in grabbing. Wow. Look at that. We're going to take this guy. Yes. Justin Slurber. We're taking Herbert just to mix it up a bit. I don't have a lot of Herbert, and so we want to get some more. We really do. I don't care if they took Quentin Johnson already. Well, you think he was going to get Herbert way over there? And so, let's see what our next selection looks like. Yeah, but another thing about this Pittsburgh situation, Michael Pittman could be in for a big season. He could usurp DK Metcalf as the top option over there. Don't be surprised if something like that happens. Do not be surprised at all if somehow this guy is the top option instead of Herbert. Instead of DK. I got Herbert on the brain. Yeah, Michael Pittman could be the number 1 receiver. Don't discount that. Okay, where do we go here? We're going to pull up a guy who we have quite a bit of faith in right here. Pull him up, pull him up. Yes, Blake Corum. I think this could be the year. We think it every year. We think every year that Kyron's going to slow down, right? But this one really could be that year where something happens that changes the dynamic in that backfield. Whether it's more of a split, more of a timeshare, or whether an injury occurs, or whether one guy just a Blake Corum outshines him. Something could happen, and we're playing into that potential outcome, right? This game's all about a range of outcomes. Things happen that we don't quite have the true percentages of how it could materialize, but there's a certain percentage where Corum is just better than him. That could be the case. We don't know. And so we don't know what's going to happen this year, but I'm playing that angle that Kyron's luck might be running out here one way or another. So we'll see. So we got 3 backs here. Genty, Judkins, Corum. So we like that start. And then we are looking to get some more backs here. For sure. There's a couple of guys we like here. That was one of them. The Jonathan Brooks train, who we started. Yeah, it's now no bones about it. We started it back in pre-draft. Yep. Roll the tape. I'll show you. But anyway, it's all good because right now his price is super duper high. And it's a little too high right now for me to be getting overly excited about. I will definitely have some. But in the meantime, we're okay selecting this guy right here. Rachaad White. He has what is called the shower narrative. Going with his best old buddy from way back at Arizona State, Jaden Daniels. Yeah, they're buddies from way back. So they've been working out all season, getting the playbook down, getting the timing down. The coaches are in the ear. He's in the ears coaches, I'm sure. Jaden Daniels. Man, go with my guy Rachaad. So we're rolling with that narrative. I like narratives, man. because I think football is one of those games where it's an emotional game. It's a game where guys sometimes need a little extra incentive sometimes, meaning the bag. And so if you can't kind of factor some of these things into the game, you don't have that nuance. You just going, you're looking at your paper and say, what does the data say and all this type of shit. You're going to be behind all these dudes who have big seasons and you can't see it coming because you're just going strictly by numbers and you're not understanding the nuance and the little relationships and contract situations that are real things and real life situations in football, friendships, alliances, all that type of stuff. That shit matters, man. Yeah, to some degree, whether it's a large percentage, a small percentage, all you need is that little bit of edge, just like in this game of baseball. All I need is that little bit of edge. I don't need you ain't gonna have a big edge. Everybody's drafting pretty strong right now, right? There's a lot of information out there. Everybody's just, they seem to know what they're doing. They're gathering all this information from their favorite touts or whatever. So people are drafting pretty strong, man. So that ain't gonna be your edge. Your edge is gonna be the little nuances, the little things you gather here to get strategize against the field and to be able to use things to your advantage against the rooms, right? So don't think that you just, hey, I'm drafting everybody. Okay, but are you noticing the little things? Like a Kyle Pitts was in a contract year last year. A George Pickens was in a contract year last year, and guess what they did? Smashed. Especially Pitts when you needed them to. Don't try to say he was a bad pick just because you didn't have him week 15. No, it was not a bad pick. He won people money. And Pickens was not a bad pick, as well. As much as a knucklehead he is, from my perspective, I kind of didn't go too heavy on him, but I had enough. I was over the field. And so those types of little things, the contract years, the relationships that people have with teammates, you got to factor some of these things in to the equation. Yeah. Or don't. Yeah. Prefer that you probably don't anyway. Yeah. Stay asleep to those facts. But yeah, we are here. And yeah. What's up, Jerry, baby? Yep. We got a midnight rendezvous going on, man, over here. You streaming now too? If you are, I got to check in with y'all too. If you're streaming right now, check out our guy Jerry Football. If you haven't already, subscribe to him. He just had his 300, and I'm sure he's on his way to big and better things. And we all gonna win in this game, man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm 2 picks away. Let's see what we got in the 11th round. We're at a 1-4-4, 1 through 10. Let me go ahead and switch the draft board. I'm sure it's a little behind. We'll get you all caught up. There we go. Catch up the draft board. I'm on the clock here in the 11th round. Oh, yeah, we like this guy. Well, we can use this guy. I don't know if I love him, but I'm hearing some pretty good things. Maybe he's going to turn it on a little bit here. Jaden Higgins. Maybe he turns it on. Maybe he doesn't. We'll see. But in the 11th round, it's worth it. Gamble going with a second-year guy. As I see, we want to probably start to load up on a few more receivers through this region, just so we can protect our guy Neighbors, who could start off slow this season. It's not out of the question for him to be out the gate pretty slow, coming off that injury. But yeah, it's one of those things. Let me go ahead and make this pick and go check the streets. See if there's some other streamers I will check in with. Yeah, I'll check in with dudes while I'm streaming. That's how we roll. I'm sure some of you guys do too. All right. I know our guy, Nice and Blunt, likes to stream late at night. Yep, our guy Jerry's about to start. Oh, I got auto drafted. We got Jaden McMillan. That's fine. We needed another receiver. So we'll take him. And got a ways to go now. Yeah, we got a 1-4-6-1. And as we continue to roll, let's see what we want to do here. We do need another quarterback at some point, don't we? Yes, we do. But I think I know what I want to do with the quarterback spot. Yeah, we definitely know what we want to do with the QB spot. Let's just see if we can execute it. Maybe we can. Maybe we do get something else. We'll see. It's all luxury at this point because we are rocking with Justin Herbert as the #1 stunner. And so if he does his thing, we're not going to be concerned about the backup quarterback. We'll just roll with him and just let the backup fill in where he can fill in, right? That's sometimes how you got to do it. You take a #1 guy. I saw somebody won a contest with one quarterback. You know, it wasn't as big as the BBM. Obviously, you're going to need more than one quarterback, but it just goes to show you there's certain contests out here. I think it was maybe the pre-draft last year or something. One of the pre-draft contests. He had like Josh Allen and some quarterback who never played, like Anthony Richardson or something. And no, maybe that was one of my teams that got to the finals. Damn near. But it was something like that. We're gonna go with this guy because I think he could be the #1 receiver on his team. I mean, you can get a guy this late who can potentially be the #1 receiver on their team. Sign me up right now. Yeah. Because it's one of those things where you got to feel it. You got to feel like it's a nuanced thing, right? You can't see whether he's going to be the #1 at this point. You can only kind of guess and speculate and take that opportunity. And the opportunity knocks. That's what we're talking about here. Sometimes you got to feel things that's going to happen. You know, we don't have any data to show that this guy's going to be a #1 dude on his team. You got to believe in this shit. You got to project. You got to kind of see what's the future's going to hold here. See how he's coming on. You can't just say, oh, he's got to show me first. Okay, well, let him show you first. And then I'll just reap the benefits right now. Well, he has to show you first. You don't got to show me. I'm going to trust in my analysis. I'm going to trust in the process. He's going to do it right now. Okay, do we want a running back? Yeah. We're going to take this guy who the coach has been pumping up. They've been pumping up some Tyjae Spears, man. I don't know if I can believe a guy like Robert Saleh. I'm not saying he's a liar or anything, but come on, man. You're using the wrong terminology and everything, so I can't trust if that's what you really mean. Talking about both of these guys are bell cows. There's no such thing as 2 bell cows. It's only 1 bell cow, right? Can only be 1 bull in the ring. Can only be 1 bell cow that just carries the workload. Can only be 1 bull in the ring. They don't want to share, right? It's only 1 leader of the pride, right? I get all the female lions. You only get them leftovers, right? I got to be the king to get everything. I get the first meat on the bone off the road, off the kill, you know. So it's only 1 alpha in a lot of situations, right? When you're talking about this primal environment. And so when you're talking about a bell cow, it's only 1. can't be two. So what are you talking about, Robert Saleh? You're confusing me, right? Don't confuse me with all this talk about two bell cows. It's only one person can be a bell cow. All right. So it's a little confusing, but it's kind of tempting, right? Does you mean it's just going to be a split workload? Is that what you kind of are saying or what? Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this. We got 4 more picks to slam through here to finish this draft. So we know where we're going to go here. Since we already made the bed, we're going to go with a couple of guys we really like. Is this guy still available? He is. And he's not anymore. And he's not anymore. That's okay. We'll just take another back. Okay. And then do we need to do this right now? I think so. Need to do this right now. And then do that later. No, they didn't take this guy already, did they? They did? What the hell? Where's Dulcich going now? I started that train too. Yeah. Go look at my pre-drafts. Pre-draft streams. Nobody was taking Dulcich other than me. Back in February 1st, the first day, second day. Yeah. We had Dulcich already at 20% by the mid-February. But anyway, that's how she goes. Things change over the course. It's just good to be in early on players because it just makes you know, it just kind of gets you feeling that your process is correct. And that's what we are about here. Process, man. Strategy. And so we knew what we were doing with that one. Should I do this or should I do that? We got to lock this guy up because we got 2 of his weapons. Let's roll. Tua Tagovailoa. Bring us some points. We got Drake London for you, as well as Kyle Pitts. So go ahead and bring us some points. Yeah. All right, what we're going to do with our second tight end. We got a few guys we can add here. Not going to sweat it. The tight end is the one position I don't worry about too hard because it's one of those positions that doesn't score a lot of points. And so if you don't score a lot of points, all you need is a minimum kind of points sometimes, right? And, you know, you hope you get a big game every once in a while. And I'll definitely get a couple big games out of Pitts, right? He's one of those guys that can give you a few big games. So we're not going to sweat our tight end room being a little underwhelming because we are loaded at the other spots. Very strong running back room. We are really strong here. And that I think Rashad White, Spears, Tucker, those guys all could have pretty from decent to very strong roles. So we're okay with those guys. Receiver room is loaded. And the quarterback room led by Herbert will be just fine. So yeah, we're putting this one in the ring. And I don't like to just gush over teams because this team is not like that. It's not no whip on paper, but that's why these types of teams win. Because the winning rosters of the last few years, nobody would have said, oh, this is the greatest roster of all time. No, they don't look like that on paper. They just are well-designed rosters, well thought out. And you put it in there and took your chances. You know, and that's what happens. You don't have to have a team that looks like the shiniest, brightest looking team on paper. Those never win. Ones that win are done with thought. You get some guys that you think have good matchups late or something. You know, you get correlate the games or whatever. But that's how you win at this game. You don't worry about how it looks to other people or whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with Flyer Muthers. Flyer Muthers. Should we? Shit, we might do something unheard of here. Or do we just pivot to that route? Yeah, we'll probably pivot to that route. But not rule out that route. We got a plan and a pivot. A plan and a pivot. Let's see how it turns out. A plan and a pivot. Yes, we are drafting a BBM here. We already started it as soon as the stream started. We jumped right in. It was wide open as we are coming in midnight Mondays, coming at you with the BBM drafts every Monday at midnight. That's how we're going to do it. So we are going to maybe jump in a second draft, and if we do that, it will be a pit bull or maybe another BBM. I don't know. Let's see how I feel about which one I want to do. All right, but we are definitely jumping into another. I like the way these midnight drafts go, and yeah, we're just going to go ahead and add our third QB for down the stretch. Give us another angle. We got our Shedeur, Judkins, Denzel Boston, double stack for late in the season. Okay. I'm feeling like another BBM. Yep, I like the way this one went. And so we'll go ahead and jump in another one right now. Let's go ahead and enter right now, because I don't know how long it's going to take to fill up. So, BBM Mania, enter. Drafting soon. Oh, we got somebody else's. I got BBG. Let me see. Somebody's doing BBMs for it to fill snap field. Somebody was waiting. Okay, no time for a recap on that one, because we jumping into another one already. Okay, and we got the 7th pick. This time we just had the 8th pick. And now we got the 7th. So we got, who was in this one? We don't know nobody in this one. That's great. It's great not to know anybody out here. If you're in my stream and you are in this draft, let us know. If not, F you. After you, as long as you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, you can ear us for all you want. But if you're just out here lurking, thinking you're getting some plus EV, all right, keep coming for that, because that ain't happening. There's no plus EV given away by YUUNGMOOLAHH. You ain't gonna see my rankings. You ain't gonna see my queue. So that's just how we do that. Let's go ahead. What happened to my shared window? It went away. All right, let's share the window back again. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're on the clock with our first pick. We're back at it. Same channel, same guy. Yeah. Why deviate? When you believe, you believe. So we did 2 BBMs. Got the 8th pick and the 7th pick, and our first round pick was the same guy. Ashton. Ashton Genty. Yeah. This time we probably do a little twist. And I thought about it last draft. And we didn't pull the trigger because we just want to do something a little different. And so now, if it's available to us, we're going to do that thing. You should already know what it is. If you don't, it's okay. We'll show you. We'll show you something. Let me show you something. As we continue to grind on, GAB Sports, come on in. Check out what we have to offer here. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media at GAB for Young. Also, once you subscribe, turn on notifications so you'll be alerted of the new content. Yes, we are coming up on the clock. Oh, they snagged my pick. I knew he was going to do it. Little haters. That's all right. We got something else for you. One of those guys. How about this guy? Omarion Hampton, 2 second-year backs. The second-year backs are always not a bad bet because of the fact they got the young, fresh legs, and they've had a year to adapt to the NFL. Their situations may have become better, such as Ashton Genty and Omarion Hampton, whose offensive lines in both cases have drastically improved on paper, with the offensive line getting healthy for Omarion Hampton. Their 2 highly rated tackles were both out all last season. And they brought over a blocking fullback, a blocking tight end. So he's got some upgrades. They got a new coordinator too. And so the arrow is pointing up for that guy over in LA. And for as far as Ashton Genty, well, he got the #1 coach on the market, an offensive wizard, Clint Kubiak, who just helped lead the Seattle Seahawks to the Super Bowl. And they've upgraded their offensive line as well. And so we're looking for big things from both of these second-year backs this year. So we paired them up together with our first 2 picks out of the 7 hole. Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton. Let's go! Yeah. We are ready to rumble here in the streets. And so let's see if we want to go ahead and do that in the 3rd round. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. It's looking kind of like a possibility. We're up in 4 picks. The possibility exists for us to do this. What is this, you ask? Can't say right now. But you'll just see it when it happens. Okay. Let me see. Do we do that? We're going to go with this guy. Pulling up this guy. Teataro McMillan. We got 3 second-year dudes. Wow, we got no experience on our roster yet. Do we care? Not really. It's all about role, and all these guys have vital roles on their team. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter your experience level. As long as you have the top role on the team, and this guy, Tetaro McMillan, has the top role on the team. He's the number one in the pecking order. We look for alphas. We look for the dogs. We look for the dogs to come in and take over their teams, right? So if you can come in and do that, you got a spot on my roster. But we want the guys who want to score the touchdowns, the guys who want the ball, the guys who are going to demand the ball, the guys who are going to put it in the box. Yeah. Put it in the end zone, man. Don't waste my time doing nothing else. Get it in the end zone. Boy, Luther Burden is creeping up more and more. But we got a plan on how we want to do this. We have a plan of attack of where we want to go with this next pick. Let's see. How's it looking out there? The board looking pretty special. We got a 0 RB candidate potentially out of the 3-hole. All right, I see you. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this guy. We got some NFC South correlation there. Tampa, Carolina. And let's see how this works out. Because there's another guy we like to add to this mix. Potentially. Let's see how it goes for week 17. Yeah, we're thinking week 17 with this next pick. Because it's also in line with the ADPs. You don't reach for the week 17 correlation. You just let it happen organically. It doesn't have to be a force. And if it lines up with your rankings as well, then it's a beautiful thing. So that's how we do it. Doesn't have to be forced. You just let it kind of happen. Kind of like love. Don't try to buy love. Don't try to force love. Don't go looking for love in all the wrong places. You just let it happen organically. Right? Get off of Tinder looking for love. You ain't gonna find it there. Right? You might find something else that you can't get rid of, but you ain't gonna find no love. But that's another topic. Let's get back to the draft. Yeah, we got a couple dudes we like still on the board. Are they gonna make it to us? Sure glad that guy just got picked. Because we don't want any parts of Bucky Sucky. That's my boy, Goofy Chicken. Call him Sucky Irving. Shout out to Goofy Chicken. All right. So let's see what's going on in these streets. Checking with who else is out here doing something. Streaming right now. I think our guy Blunt streaming maybe. This. Okay. Oh, wow. We weren't expecting this. So since we weren't expecting it, we got to take it, right? That's one of our dudes. Another second-year running back is since the theme. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second-year guys. And we'll probably draft some old dudes later just so the roster won't feel too young. You know how a team is just too young, like the San Antonio Spurs, and they don't know how to finish games. That's how you got to maybe look at your roster in fantasy. They need a little guidance, maybe early in the season. Get some veterans late. They call them the chaperones. Get some veterans later in the draft. to help along the way in the early stages, and then the little youngsters take over down the stretch. That's how they usually do it. They take over late. And so we're going to be looking to do that. We're up in 6 picks. Let's go ahead and pop the schedule on our schedule of shows we want to bring to you. Okay, so we're coming at you 4 days a week right now. Coming at you on Mondays, which is tonight, for midnight Mondays, where we come and draft a BBM. This is our second BBM right here. And we also come at you on Wednesdays with Machiavellian Thoughts. We have different topics spanning the entire sports world, as sometimes it may collide with pop culture as well. But so we do that on Mondays, Machiavellian Thoughts. We might not even do a draft on this week's. It might just be a topic I'm going to talk about. Fridays, Fiesta Fridays, we have a little fun coming in. Yeah, bring in a couple drafts, blow some whistles, let off some party favors. And Sundays, we got our knockout brunch. Check those out, as we just had debuts of each one of those. All right. We're on the clock here right now. Oh, no. Can we do that again? We can't go super young one more time, can we? We're not. We got to add a little bit of a veteran experience in here. As much as I wanted to take the young dude here, I can't do it. Got to get a little bit of a third-year guy at least, right? Yeah, I was going to take the rookie Tyson, but kind of got gun shy. I said, man, this team is too young. If I get another young receiver, let me get somebody with a little bit of NFL experience who doesn't have a big adjustment. As much as I wanted Tyson there, I think the way the build was going, let's go with the veteran. So that's my decision on why I did that. And so we'll see how it works. I got plenty of Tyson, and he just didn't fit this roster. But he may fit other rosters, right? We want to get a little veteran experience, a guy with something to prove. Maybe he's got a chip on his shoulder. He should. He hasn't done much. He hasn't made that name proud. That legacy of the Harrison name is looking kind of, shady right now. You better go ahead and make your papa proud, man. Start making some plays. So we'll see how Marvin Harrison responds this year. So we're starting off with a 3-3. We got Genty, Hampton, Bashal Tootin, Tetaroa, Macapmelon. As you see, we got Genty, Hampton, Bashal Tootin, Tetaroa, Emeka Egbuka, and Marvin Harrison. Yeah, a 3-3 through 6 rounds. Okay. Back to sharing this instead. Okay, so we're coming up on the clock here. Where are we? 4 picks away. 3 picks away. Yes, this one's going smooth, man. This draft here is going pretty smooth. I like the way these 2 drafts went out of the middle kind of slots, 8 and 7. I don't mind getting any draft slot. We find a way to make it work to our liking out of any of the spots here. This one's no different. Let's see. We're going to continue to load up on the positions. Or do we take this guy? Yeah, let's do it again. We're going to take another Herbert. Herbert Genty has been our theme for the night. We got the Herbert Genty. So this time we got Herbert Hampton. And we'll try to do our best to get one of his weapons this time. We got locked out last time, got a naked Herbert. That's all right. Fine and dandy. We ain't worried about it. But this time we'll see if we can get a guy we like. If not, we'll pivot and find somebody else. That's how you got to do it. You can't worry about it, right? But let's see what the board shakes out here. Wow, people are drafting these tight ends a little early to me. Kraft is moving up the board for some reason. I guess people are optimistic just from what they heard about him possibly being ahead of schedule. He's yet to touch a field. I've yet to see him running. So I don't get excited when dudes say that they're ahead of schedule. You got to show me on the field with work. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm just not pulling them up right now. So have at it all you want. Take that leap of faith. I do like the Packers passing game, though, this year. They are looking kind of like they could have a little bit more volume in the passing game than they've had in the past. Just because Jacobs, even if he's not in trouble, it looks like he's slowing down a little bit. I mean, that's just my eye test. He's not getting any younger. He's had quite a bit of carries, and he's never been a guy with tremendous speed or anything. So when a guy like this loses any kind of a step due to all the punishment and wear and tear, loses just a half a step. You can see it in dudes like this. Like Big Dog. Big Dog has lost a step, or at least a half a step, but it's not as noticeable. He still be breaking 60-yard, 70-yard runs. Big Dog still takes him to the house, like 70, 80 yards. So he's still got that top end speed, but, you know, he's not quite out the gate as fast as he used to be. But once he gets moving, Big Dog still can go, man. That just comes with genetics, right? He's just a different kind of a cat. He just has a different genetic makeup, right? This guy's like a Greek god, you know, godlike genes. So he spends a ton of money on his preparation and his body, like his preservation of his body. You know, they got all kinds of stuff available to guys if they really want to spend the money. Those hyperbaric chambers and, you know, the way that they recover, right? You know, get a lot of oxygen, you know, infused into them, right? And things like that. Who knows? All the things that these guys can do. And it's all legal. It's not illegal, right? It's just doing stuff that nature affords him to do, or that his salary affords him to do, that are already in nature, right? So kudos to guys with that type of mentality to just take care of themselves, because your body is your wealth, right? For athletes, their body is how they make money. So might as well take care of it well, right? And Big Dog, we like him this year too. He's not slowing down. I don't care what you guys out there say. If people are trying to say Big Dog is slowing down, no. Prove it. The proof is in the pudding. He hasn't slowed down yet. Each year, 12, 13, 16 touchdowns. He don't go less than 13, 14 touchdowns every year. So he ain't slowing down. And on draft and on Underdog, that's what we want. We want TDs. Put it in the box, right? I don't care about no PPR. This ain't PPR. When you play PPR, then you take different things into consideration. But this is not PPR. All right, let's get our guy with a dip. Yes, we got our guy with a dip. That's what we wanted. Right here and there. Harold Fannin Jr. with the dip. Harold Fannin Jr. with the dip. We will take it. Gladly, sir. Okay. Coming up into the 9-10 turn. Let's see what the board is looking like. The 9-10 turn. This guy on the corner has P. Patel, 2166, 134. Wow, the corner is usually a spot where you can do a lot of different things. This guy has a pretty good team on that corner there. I like that team. Yeah. Got Barkley, Achan, Travis Achan, and RJ Harvey. Not thrilled about that one, but I like his first two backs. And then he's got good value at the rest of his picks. Got Jefferson at a good value. Got BTJ Lawrence combo. Pitts, little slide. Stafford, but did he pair Stafford with anybody? A naked Stafford, not too thrilled about that type of pick. Naked Stafford, whether he slides or not. Don't know whether Stafford has much value on his own. You're not going to maximize at least his big game, so I'd never take Stafford unstacked. Never. Now, if you want to say, oh, you can stack him with a tight end on the back end. Okay, that's not really a stack of Stafford. 4-room tight end. Wow. There's a running back I definitely want here. Should I take him over Baker? Yes, we will. We want to solidify the running back room. That's a lot of people don't have the guts to do nothing like that. And why does it matter? Because I'd rather have that fourth running back who I really believe in than that second stack. I can take two receivers and alternate games and be just fine. If Baker doesn't come back to me, I'll be just fine. And so we valued the running back over the stack right there because I didn't think there would be much value left in the running backs after Brooks is off the board. So we made an executive decision. Take the back over the stack. And we'll make it work from here. Because I got some quarterbacks that I can actually roll with that I'm okay with without having Baker. It would be nice to get Baker. Don't get me wrong. And we're gonna not hold out any hope. We'll just see if it happens. But if it doesn't, we were cool with it. We knew the risk when we did it. It was a intentional move. So nothing that wasn't planned. Sometimes you got to stick and move. You got to understand when to kind of veer off the plan to find a better avenue. And so to me, this could be a better avenue. Do we have a tight end? We do. And yeah, one of the non-Badgers takes an unstacked Baker, which is fine. That's okay. As his second QB. Is his first quarterback stacked? Not really. Guess he's got Goff and Gibbs. More power to you, buddy. Let's see what we want to do. We're going to give Herbert a stack at some point. Possibly. But I think it could be late. Go with the late Herbert stack, not the early one. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're going all in. When I say all in, we're going all in on the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, we added a running back, 2 receivers, so you know who we're targeting. Yep, we're going to do it. Let me just see where we can do it. Are they going to let me get them where I need to get them? I think I can do it. I think I can. We're going to push it. We're going to risk it, biscuit. So we're going to go ahead and try to get another stack at the price we want to get it at. We couldn't get the Baker one because we pivoted intentionally to something else, but we want to get this one. If we don't get it, it'll be mildly disappointing, I will have to say. But we're not taking it ahead of where we need to take it. We'll never do that. Not at that price. No, we don't. So we'll see what happens. We're going to risk it, biscuit, and see what happens as we are drafting our second BBM of the night, back to back on the midnight Mondays here on GAB Sports. It's your guy, YUUNGMOOLAHH. Thanks for checking in with us. We are bringing you 2 drafts in a row on the late night creek, looking for plus EV all around the world, all around the globe. Speaking of the globe, the World Cup has been amazing, man. Americans don't really understand how big the World Cup is and how great the game of football is, man. I mean, they don't. I think I'm going to talk about this on Machiavellian Thoughts. Yeah, I'll do that. We're going to break down the World Cup and what it really means and why it's so fantastic. To all you Americans who don't understand the world's most beautiful game. All right, so, oh man, I love this running back room. Fell just how I would have wanted it to. Got some young legs all throughout that room. We'll go ahead and get one of our dudes with our stack. Arande Gasson. Take him a little earlier than we would like to, but we wanted to get somebody in the passing game with Herbert and somebody who has some upside. And that guy, Gasson, can have some big games. Yeah, don't think he can't. So we're okay with that. And let's see, we definitely probably want another. We got 2 second-year tight ends. So we're going to probably get a veteran tight end later. How much later? We don't know. There's a certain guy we got our eyes on, but people seem to be steaming this guy up for some reason. Nobody wanted this dude. You know what we're talking about. But nobody wanted this dude a month ago. Now everybody seems to want him. But let's go ahead and get back to basics. Put our guy at the top of the queue. Let's see, are there any haters in here? I can see maybe this guy being a hater coming up shortly. Are there any haters in the building? Raise your hand. If you want to hate, why you want to play a hate on me? Why you want to play a hate on me? Let's see. Up in 2 picks. Watch one of these dudes hate. Don't be a hater. Be a congratulator. Wish everybody success. And that's how success comes to you. All right. They didn't hate on me. We got the stack that we aimed for. After we pivoted away from the Tampa Bay, we went toward Carolina and built that one up. We got our NFC South still heavy with Carolina, Tampa Bay, and the full Carolina stackola for the payola. All right, let's see what else we want to do now. Now that we got that locked up, we can focus on some other stuff. Man, I keep putting a bunch of young players in my queue. Wow, what's going on? Where are all the veterans? I know where they are. I don't like them. That's where they are. I don't like too many veterans at this point of the draft. They just don't offer enough upside. They just don't. I guess there's certain guys that are okay at certain positions. But when you really think about it, we trying to hit it out the park, man. We don't want to just hit no singles. We trying to hit homers and grand slams. And this is one of those rushes where it's a bit potential laden, where there's not a lot of proven commodities. And I'm okay with that. Because it's all about the roles. If you got key roles, this is your moment to execute. This is your time. And we are going to do it. We're taking another young fella who could have the #1 role. We took him last draft. We're taking him this draft. Yes, we are. So we got Fannin and Denzel Moss. So you know what that means at the end of the draft. Who will we be taking? Yes, another share of Super Sport. Silky smooth. The double S. You know what the double S? Yeah. All the haters gonna keep hating because he's not like them. He works around and says, they not like us, right? Yeah, that's what he does. Let me show you something. He says, they not like us, right? That's what this means. They not like us. And that's why they want to hate on him. They want to hate on him because he's got swag. He's a young, rich black man living his best life. So they want to hate on him. They not like us. That's what he told him. He got his little swag. Right? Who's this guy? Who does he think he is? I'm Shador Sanders. That's what he tells everybody. I'm that dude. And now he's going to go out, do his thing, and they're going to continue to hate on him. He's going to be like, I don't care. Hate all you want. I'm making plays. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this dude right here. Greg Dulcich. We took him ahead of ADP this time to close out our tight end room. Man, we might stick with just 4 backs. Nah, we got 2 of them on the same buy, so we got to throw in 1 more just to make it look right. Just to make it look right, right? That's the only reason, just to make it look right. No other reason. Because it's got to look right. All right. Is that dude? Nobody likes that dude, though. But liking a person shouldn't be why you draft them. You draft them because you think they can help you win. I don't have to like certain players, personality-wise or political stance-wise or whatever. But if he going to help me win some money, man, you join my team. This ain't nothing personal. This is all about the Benjamins as we are striving to reach the top. I don't care what you think. Just go ahead and get me some touchdowns. Give me some touchdowns. Some people can't separate that though, right? You gotta be able to separate what you like and what you need. What I need is for you to go give me some touchdowns. All right, Marshawn Lloyd, the guy we will take the bet that he has a big role. He just might. Right? Our guy might lose out. What up, man? We got our dude nice and blonde in there. You streaming right now too? If you're streaming, I'm gonna come in and check you out too. I'm about to be finished after this one. Hulk smashed potatoes. What's happening? We got our guy Losimo coming in. I did 2 drafts already. This is the second one. I think I might be out. Shador double S. Super Sport. Silky smooth. You got it. Yeah, we're drafting. We are drafting, but you like him if he makes you the money. That's damn straight up. Oh, you'll be back tomorrow. All right. If you guys want to do one more, I'm not doing another BBM, but I'll do a. I'll get into a pit bull if you guys want to do a pit bull. So yeah, we can do it. Pit bull, and after this, I got one more in me. That'll be 3 drafts. 3 drafts out the gate, man. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but I got enough energy to do one more. This one, oh yeah, these drafts turned out pretty good too. I had the 8th and the 7th pick, so I definitely need to get another pick outside the middle. Don't land me in the next same spot, random generator. I don't want to be in the 7th, 8th hole no more. Let me get a 2, 3, 11, 12. Yeah. I got Herbert, Genty, Boston on both rosters that I drafted tonight in the BBM. But we're okay. I needed some more Herbert. So worked out that we got him here. Did we get him here naked again? Yeah, looks like it. Oh no, I got Gaston and Hampton. The first one was naked. This one is Gaston Hampton. We'll close this one out with our guy Shador. All right, so we'll go ahead and give a quick review of this draft and jump in a pit bull. Pit bull on deck. All right, we got a 3, 5, 6, 3. Wait. Oh, I thought I was done. I got one more pick. I was like, wait, that doesn't look like 18. That looks like 17. All right, so let's see what we got. We don't want no more running backs. We'll take another receiver. Another wide receiver. And who fits the bill? We're not loading them up on any more Carolina. We might load. Oh, where's that guy? Where's he at? Oh, somebody took him. I had a dude in mind. Where'd he go? Let me look at this board. Where did they take this guy? Oh, they haven't taken him. What am I tripping? Okay, let me look down the board again because I missed him. Oh, there he is. Okay, they did not take him. All right, so hopefully he'll get to me in 4 picks. Let's do it. You up for a pit bull? Having a hard time getting room to go, though. I know, huh? All right, well, let's jump in right now. So, all right, I'm jumping in right now. See how many is in there. All right, let's do it. I'm in. Pit bullets. Damn, it's taking a long time. I hope they don't give me no error. Just generating. Still thinking. This is a long time to be thinking. 5 more. All right. On the clock. Did we get him? We got our guy. Timed out and everything, but I still got him. He was at the top of the queue. Kyle Williams. Okay. We got a young team, man. I don't know. I'm scared of this team, but if it gets deep, y'all better be scared too, because that means that all the youngsters came through. We started off with Genty and Hampton, 2 second-year backs. Quarterback room, Herbert, Bryce Young, Shador, and our 2 double anchors, Genty, Hampton. Then we drafted another second-year back, Bashal Tootin, and then 2 third-year backs that haven't done shit in the NFL. Jonathan Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd. Boy, this team scares me. They're too young. But, hey man, they get there. If they get there, though, then we got Teteroa, Egbuka, Marvin Harrison, Chris Goddard. There's an old wily vet. Coker, another veteran. Then we got 2 youngsters, Denzel Boston, Kyle Williams, Harold Fannin, Gadsden, and the veteran in the room, Greg Dosich. So, yeah, I like this team. It's got a lot of potential, but that potential better realize itself. Otherwise, this team will not do well. But I like this team, though. It's one of those scary teams. It can go either way. Either they ain't ready for prime time and they needed a little more presence from established guys, or you got a bunch of dudes that break out and then they all on the same team. So we'll see. We'll take our chances. I probably won't build another team like this, but hey, you only live once, man. YOLO it with a BBM built like that. All right, let's see if our other draft. I'm in the pit bull, so we're in another one. It's already, is it starting yet? Okay. Pit bull, 9 out of 12. So we 9 out of 12 in it. Here on the West Coast, we got lots of energy still. So if we catch some late night stragglers on the East Coast, they may be running out of gas right about now, because it's probably like 1 a.m. on the East Coast, a little after 1 on a Monday night. Did they have the Knicks parade already in New York? Anybody know? If the Knicks had the parade, let me go ahead and take this down and get a new draft board up. Ten out of 12. Okay, let's go ahead and we only got 2 left. 2 to go for the pit bull. Anybody out there want to jump on in? Go ahead and jump on in. We got 2 to go on this pit bull. Yeah, did you guys get a chance to hit the poll? The poll about DK or is DK undervalued or overrated? And I'm kind of like in between. I can't even answer the question, and I asked it. But I think I'm leaning more towards overrated, just slightly, just because of the fact that I don't know if he's improved his route tree. And I think that's going to be necessary in this McCarthy system for him to have a really big season. And but I could be wrong, because Rodgers hasn't been really chucking that ball down the field of late, the last few years. He's been kind of getting rid of it quick, throwing a lot of underneath stuff. And so does that really favor DK's skill set? I don't know, questions about that. But if he's chucking that ball, letting it go, man, just letting it fly, knowing that it's his last season, that will benefit DK. So we'll see. I do have enough shares, though. I'm not out on DK. I got plenty of shares. I just don't know which way it's going to go. But we always take chances with dudes with high upside like he has. So I'm hoping it works out, because I do have some shares. Let me see where I'm at with DK. Overall, out of 113 drafts so far, we have DK sitting at 11.5%. That's not bad. Yeah. So we got 11.5 of our guy DK. That's not bad. So he could be undervalued. You're right. You're right. He could be undervalued. Okay, let's see. How many we got waiting? Is it ready to start? It was 10 out of 12. We close, man. We are close, Losimo. We are close. I think we're going to hit it in a second. So check out the brand new schedule here at GAB. If you haven't checked out some of the new formats we got. We come to you every Monday for midnight Mondays, where we come in and draft a BBM for sure. And then maybe I drafted 2 tonight already. And now we're doing our 3rd draft, which I don't know if we're going to do this every night, though, 3 drafts. But we got a 3rd one on tap because you asked for it. And we're coming with the Pitbull. We're waiting on 2 at the last count, but it might be ready to start. On Wednesdays, we got Machiavellian Thoughts, where we'll touch on different topics spanning the globe of sports. Maybe even not sports, but it kind of has an impact, right? Sports into pop culture. And we'll do that 6:45 p.m. Pacific, 9:45 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. And that will also usually have a draft, but there'll be sometimes I won't even draft on those Wednesdays. I'll just do maybe a 45-minute talk about some things, maybe compare some stuff, whatever. But Fridays, we got Fiesta Fridays, where we come have some fun. Yeah, come for some party favors, come with some refreshments, come with some guests. That's when we want to look to get our guests in on Fridays. Fiesta Fridays, right now at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. And Sundays, we got the Knockout Brunch, where we do a comparison, either a team comparison, which team you prefer. But I'm going to be the judge and the jury at the end. But I may use some impact from the users that could sway me. But I pretty much already made my mind up when I do the thing. But we just want to get your thoughts as well. And so we also got players too, evaluations on that one. This week's was Lad McConkey versus Luther Burden. Go ahead and check that out on the replay if you don't mind. See what we came up with. All right, so let's see where we at, man. 2 people still? Oh, all right. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping it was filled up already. We're going to wait it out, man. Let's wait it out. I'll give it another 15 or so minutes. Oh, one down. Maybe that's all it took. So, if we get one more person, we are ready to go. So, it looks like it's going to fill here. All right. Let's get ready. We'll add it to the stage because I think it's about ready to jump off. Let's go ahead and add it to the stage. Look like it's ready to jump off. One more to go out here. So we are doing a pit bull. Let's see. Got anybody out here still alive? Let's see on YUUNGMOOLAHH's channel. See if anybody's out here. All right, let's see. Do we still need one? Yep, we still need a one, huh? All right. Let's see. All right, see if anybody's lurking in YUUNGMOOLAHH's Discord. We might get one. We might get this last one. All right, man. It's coming. I can feel it's coming. Let's see. All right. Give this man some likes. Lurkers, it doesn't expose you. I know. Go ahead and smash the like button. Appreciate you all for coming through. All right, Lausimo, you in the pit bull, right? You in it? I think we about to start here. Let's see. Did it feel? One still to go. I think it's almost there. All right. So DK Metcalf, undervalued, overrated. If Rodgers got to have a sense of urgency. If Rodgers doesn't have a sense of urgency this year, being that this is his last year, he just looks like he's running out of gas, though. I just can't put a lot of confidence in Rodgers right now. When you hit that certain age and you take a few big hits, is he gonna be like, man, I just want to get rid of the ball? Because you got to be able to stand in the pocket, man, and hold the ball a little extra count to be able to hit them deep balls. I just didn't see him doing that hardly at all last year. I was kind of like, why don't he hold it for just a little bit longer? But he just was so quick to get rid of the ball, like he didn't want to take any shots. And so if he's acting like that this year, it's not going to be good. That's not how Mike McCarthy operates. He wants you to hold that ball a little bit sometimes, get down the field. And so if Rodgers can do that, DK will, realize that potential. But if he can't, or is unwilling to, things can go south, man. I can see how things can go south for the Steelers this year. Because if Rodgers doesn't play, and they got to rely on Mason Rudolph and what's the guy from Ohio State, Will Howard or whatever his name is, one of those dudes is not going to be able to really get the job done. So Rodgers has to come through, or else if he starts to show signs of age, Steelers could be in big trouble. Big trouble. Yep, need one. Yep, we need one. Let's go ahead and get one. Somebody call a friend. Dial a friend. Like, what's that show that you just, hey, can you dial a friend? What was that show where you could call a friend and ask him a question if you got stuck? I forgot what that was, but that was one of the options. Call a friend. And then you call your friend. If you did that nowadays, boy, they would have all the answers. But the internet and AI and everything, they can give you any answer you ask them now. Can't call a friend no more. It's too easy. But yeah, that was what was the name of that show? Anybody know what I'm talking about? That show where you had 3 different options. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? There we go. Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? All right, Stephen Marker, you already in the pit bull with us? Yeah. Finally going to be able to draft on someone's stream. Glad I still have pit bulls. Okay, you in there then. Yep. Yeah, you joined us the other day too, right? You was in one of our drafts. Didn't you make it? All right. Go ahead. And all right, we starting. Okay, let's see where we at. I got the 7th spot again. Man, why they do me like that? I had the 8th spot and the 7th spot on the first 2 drafts. This is the 3rd draft, and I got the 7th spot. That's fine. I'll just do something a little different this time. It's no big deal. Where you at, Steven Marker. What's your username? Guy Lostmo's right next to me, 6th spot. All right. So you at number 11? Okay. Let's do this. Let's have a great draft, guys. And after this, I'll give you guys a quick review, and then we'll sign off. We're on the home stretch, 3rd draft. Appreciate you all tuning in on the late night. We're off into the next day on the East Coast. But we are coming to you Monday, midnight Mondays. Because it's not even midnight yet here on the West Coast. It's 10:20. I still might go do a few things. Might go to the store. I might go do something. Uh-oh. Nothing exciting yet. Thought somebody was going to pass on Puka, but he did not. All right. Let me do something out of the ordinary. I can't take another Genty share, not right now. But we will take this guy. I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the most underrated fantasy performers that you've ever seen. Just totally consistent year in, year out. And I can't say that CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson should be taken ahead of him. I mean, you can do it, but is it the right thing? Because this guy, all he does is produce. Well, they've had some down years. This guy hasn't had any down years the past 3-4 years. So, I don't know. I got him pretty close, but I still got him on Raw slightly ahead of both of those guys in my rankings. Although it's pretty close. It's not. It's like neither here nor there. It's not the same. They're in the same tier, but it's still. If I had to just say who's above that tier, who's the highest one in that group amongst those three, Amon-Ra still is number one out of those three. CeeDee Lamb and Jefferson. I just feel like he's just proven it year in, last 3 years. He's been just ultra consistent. Whereas they've had one down year at least each. And we can blame it on the quarterbacks all we want, but that's part of the game, man. It's part of it. And so we'll see if the Vikings situation improves this year. Probably can, but we don't know. Gonna go ahead and switch the board up after this pick, or no, I'm doing it right now. Share this tab instead. All right, let's go ahead and switch the board up. We got to get this guy on our team. We haven't been able to get him all night, but we're taking him right now. B&B, Brock Bowers, B squared. Yeah, we love us some Brock Bowers, man. Not just because I'm a Raiders fan. I think he's just going to knock it out the fucking park this year. Yeah, Brock Bowers, man, is going ham this year, man. Don't doubt that. Sun God, yes. The Sun God. What's up, Hardman? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I saw you streaming earlier, man. You was going for a while, weren't you? I'm like, dude, Hardman be going marathoning on him. Philly Bird Gang. Oh, let me check out the board. All right, let's see what's going on. You said you got the Philly Bird Gang. Oh, that's your name. Yeah. All right. Are you a Philly fan? Eagles fly, Eagles fly. And you didn't take Saquon? Yeah, Saquon. Yeah, Cook over Saquon is not a bad thing, I guess. Saquon, I don't know, man. Is he going to get more touchdowns this year? It's possible if they eliminate that tush push, right, or we drastically reduce it. I wonder, is that? Are you a Philly fan? Do you know if that's a reason why the OC? I mean, not the OC, the offensive line coach left. Is it because of the controversy over the tush push? Because I'm thinking that had something to do with it. So I think their offensive line. Well, I heard some comments already that their offensive line was disgusted with doing that tush push. They don't want no parts of it no more. Some dudes was publicly saying, "Man, we don't. This thing is wearing us out." That's a brutal play, man. They got a sub. They getting submarine. They're at the bottom of a pile with 350 pounds laying on top of their neck and stuff. Yeah, man, I wouldn't want to do that shit either. Yeah, so the new offensive line coach, I'm not sure that's going to have a major impact, though. These guys are a pretty veteran-laden line to where they've been coached up this many years. They're pretty much – and offensive linemen are smart, so they can figure out what to do, right? One of them is basically a coach already, like Lane Johnson. He's been about a 12-year veteran. He's pretty much a coach on the field. So a lot of people are playing that up to be a big thing that they lost the O-line coach. If they were a young line, I'd probably be concerned, but Mulata or whatever, that dude's a veteran too, about 9-10 years. So I'm not worried about them losing offensive line coach. Not this late into their careers. They'll be fine. All right, so let's see what we got going here. Our guy lost some more with the 2 running back, 1 receiver start. JT Hampton Rice. We both said, fuck it, man. We taking risky receivers in the third. Huh? Rice, and then I took Neighbors. Yeah, I'm going with the upside, man. Be damned. If they get suspended, they get suspended, right? I mean, if Rice gets suspended or Neighbors is slow to come back, shit happens. But if they're ready, they could be really worth the value there. All right, let's see what we want to do. Oh, man, I keep getting this dude. But we're going to pass on. We're going with the correlation already. Take the correlation of Detroit, Chicago, week 17. We'll take it. Yeah, I passed on Garrett Wilson. That was the other guy I was considering also. But I said I want the correlation, so I think it's all right. Because I'm high on Burden this year. Luther Burden, one of my breakout candidates. So I'm okay with that one. Let's see what it's going to shake out in the next round. Got my eyes on a couple of dudes I like. I will not pass on this guy for sure. All right, let's see what I got. Philly Bird Gang is doing. He's got a 1-2-1. Oh, he got the Josh Allen, James Cook. Okay. I don't think I got any of those this year. Maybe one. But yeah, I don't mind just doing running back, quarterback early when it's a tandem like that. Oh, you got the H-hand run back too, huh? Yeah, see, people are counting that as like a blowout already. You can't make that kind of determination this far out. We don't know. It's in Miami too, so that could be a competitive game. It's a divisional game. I'm like, these guys put their pants on one leg at a time, just like the NFL has talent, man. Every team's got talent. Don't think that one team is just way more talented than the other. Not really. Every team's got first round picks, just like you got first round. You just got to come together, and that day, shoot, they could be the better team. I would never count a blowout this far ahead of the season. week 17. This is a blowout. Oh, okay, we'll see. Because the season has to play out. People could be hurt or a team could underperform. The Chiefs, everybody thought was a juggernaut heading into last year. Look where they ended up. Things happen, man. So, yeah, I would get a run. That's a good run back there. Not a lot of people are going to have that, I don't believe. Because a lot of people don't believe in that game. You can have a very undervalued, underrated, underowned game stack. All right. We got, oh man, I couldn't ask for a better pick as my first running back. The guy I'm super high on falls to me as my first running back. All right, we'll take it. Awesome. Well, you must not like two now. Zero RB Bros out tonight. Yeah, I will definitely do it. Unless they hire Pete Carroll's son. Man, I don't know what the hell Pete Carroll was doing with all the damn nepotism hires and shit. He just lost his touch, man. I don't know what the Raiders thought that Pete Carroll was going to reclaim his magic. He was too damn old. Yeah. Oh, you do? You love Tootin'? Well, I agree. Oh, well, thanks. Thank you for letting them get to me. So I really needed them with this build. Yeah. All right. Yeah, everybody loves Tootin'. Okay. Yeah, I love Tootin' too, man. That's my number one breakout running back this year. Him and Genty. Well, Genty's kind of a given. Everybody's expecting him to break out first round. But Tootin's a little bit more polarizing. Not everybody's a believer in Tootin', which is fine. You don't want everybody to believe the same thing you believe. All right. There's a guy I got my eyes on here. Let's see if it comes through. Okay, we're going to lean into the game stack. Damn, I hate to take him over Jay Daniels, though. But game stack over everything. Yep. This is Caleb's year. He's on the Madden cover. We're going to go ahead and do it. Game stack over everything. Might regret it, but that's all right. We'll take a chance. I don't see that much of a difference in the final points. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, if Caleb Williams takes that necessary step up and gets a little more consistent. I think that's his missing piece that he has to rectify this year. Be a little more consistent with his accuracy in the short game. If he shores that up, he's right amongst the elite. He'll be right in amongst the elite if he shores that up, which is possible, right? I mean, the guy's ultra talented. I think he just has to take his time a little bit and be aware of his mechanics, be on point with him, and he'll be able to get a little bit more accuracy. It's not always about the spectacular play. If he figures that out, this guy will be right amongst the elite quarterbacks this year if he figures that piece out. Just take what the defense gives you sometimes. You just got to take the little 5-yard pass sometimes. And he tends to not want to do that and try to thread the needle all in the traffic and shit. So if he figures that out, he'll be fine. So we're banking on the game stack. Let me see. I might be able to get another piece. Yep. There's a couple pieces still available out of that stack. Couple pieces still available. All right. I lost one with the 1-3-2. Let me see. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I need to do something. They're taking all the backs, man. But we'll wait. We'll be patient. We will be patient. I do want another share of this guy. I know he's on the mend, but I think he can, when he returns, he can have some spike weeks. So I got two guys who could be slow out the gate. Neighbors Pierce. Not a lot of people are going to combine those two together, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and do that. And take a little bit of a risk there. But we'll make sure we shore that up later with some picks that can fill in the blanks as those dudes are on the mend. All right. So we don't need that position. We don't need that position. Yeah, I heard something about RJ Harvey had a surgery. So how did they just now announce this? He tore his labrum in the AFC Championship game. And all of a sudden, he had a surgery, and they just now announced this. What the F? How'd that happen? How'd that slide through the cracks? Rico Dowdell. We'll go ahead and take him over Monangai. Thought about Monangai, but to add to the stack, but it's like, nah, let's just go with Dowdell. Dowdell might get that number one spot over there in Pittsburgh. We're going to roll with him. I need a potential number one, and Rico Dowdell has more ability to be the potential number one outside of an injury to Swift, but we're not going to bank on that. Okay, let's see what the board is looking like. Do I need to adjust some things? Let's go ahead and pull it down a little bit. Guy lost him over to 2-4-2-0. Billy Birdcage, our guy Steven Marker with the 1-2-5-0. Guy YUUNGMOOLAHH with the 1-2-4-1. And we are in the Pit Bull here on Midnight Mondays. We've already given you two BBMs, and now a Pit Bull. So yeah, we are running the gamut tonight of drafts. We'll be through after this. But thanks for joining us. Hopping in a draft on the late night tip. Got me all excited on the third one. Let's make it a good one. Dark Prescott. Oh, wow. He went with the correlation factor out the gate. Got the. Does he have a Cowboy? Oh, no. Don't know why he needed Dak, but okay. Guy right next to me, Houston Bull. Maybe he's got a plan. Everybody has a plan, right? That's what they say. Okay. Coming up in the ninth. Wow, that's exactly who I wanted to cover for our guy, Alec Pierce. We wanted Downs, and we got him. Okay. We needed that one. to give us a little bit of coverage in the early going. Plus, hey man, maybe we can get a game stack out of it. Who they play? Indianapolis, Cleveland. Yeah, we definitely like us Cleveland. So let's see who's available for Cleveland. Oh, we already know. Our guy. We've drafted every night, every draft so far. We'll see if he makes it to us. Maybe he does, maybe he does not. Okay. Our guy Philly Bird Gang with Michael Pittman Jr. That's a good price on Michael Pittman Jr. Yeah. But did you want Golden? And the guy took him on the corner. Casey Concepcion. All right, we need this guy in the worst way. We will take him. Yeah, add another potential starting running back. Not potential, he's starting. Yeah, Rashad might start. No doubt about it in my mind. So we got another starting running back there for this roster, which needed it with our start of 4 non-running backs. Amon-Ra, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Luther Burden. Then we went Bashal Tooth. So we needed that starter there. Okay. Oh, you already have Watson and Reed? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's if you already got 2 of them, yeah, the third wasn't necessary. So probably getting Pittman was a better play then for you on that one. I didn't know you had. I realized you had Watson and Reed already. So you wanted 2 or Price went 2. Let me see where Price go. Yeah, Price is getting pricey. Oh, right in front of you. Yep. But I do take Jacobs, Walker, Price. Oh, he's got a pretty good build coming out of the 10 hole. Yeah, I like that team out of the 10 hole. Wabi. It's going to be a strong room. Yeah, he's got a tough team right there. As you all do too. As I do too. But it's going to be a tough lobby. Beastie Boys. Out of the 3 spots. He went 4 receivers as well. Then he took 3 straight backs. Chase, A.J. Brown, Lave, Scary T, DeAndre Swift, Stevenson, Hubbard, Porter, Purdy. Please pair Purdy with Kittle. Kelce. Oh, I don't like the Kittle Kelce back to back, but started off strong. I think I would have passed on the Kittle Kelce with Laporte already. Yeah, so I think he might have slipped up right there. Gave everybody the opening. All right, we'll take this guy. Add another back to the stable. Jordan Mason. Another back into the stable. Another starter potentially too, right? 1A, 1B, him and Aaron Jones. What do you guys think of Aaron Jones? I'm kind of like, at some point, doesn't the guy slow down a little bit at that age? So I'm not really high on Aaron Jones like most people. I just think he's a little long in the tooth for a speed back. And a guy who kind of gets hurt a lot. He's always nicked up at some point. So I will have very little, if any, Aaron Jones. I think think I got a total fade up to now myself. All right, we need a second QB. Who's out here that we like? Anybody we like? Oh, I hate pulling the trigger early on dudes. But I think I have to since I got the double already. He won't get back to me. So we're going to do it. Danny Dimes. We're going to pull the trigger since we got his 2 top options already. We'll go with Daniel Dimes. All right. I think this draft is going pretty good. Gonna make a U-turn. Wasn't planning on getting Danny Dimes, but once I took Pearson Downs, I was like, oh, well, you might as well get him. Don't have many dime stacks, which is a good thing. I'm not super high on Indianapolis offense this year, but sometimes you gotta be going against some of your initial thoughts, and that's one of my thoughts I gotta go against right here. I force myself sometimes to go against what I believe just to round out the portfolio. You can't always just think you're right. And so that's one of my thoughts. I don't really love Daniel Jones in the passing game over there. But hey, sometimes you got to take a different approach and get some stacks and some combinations you normally won't have. So Danny Dimes, it's double stack. I don't have a lot of, so that would be definitely a unique build here for me. All right. Let's see what everything else looks like. Ooh. Okay. I can't stop drafting this guy. He's been on every roster I drafted tonight. Every single one of them. Denzel Boston. I'm buying it. I really think they might move on from Judy at some point, either before the season or during the season. And if they can find someone out there, I know his contract is not great, but probably doesn't have many years left on it. And so especially if a team comes up with an injury or something during training camp to like a receiver and they get kind of desperate, they'll be like, hey man, you want Judy? And then somebody will be like, okay, we got to fill the void. They go trade for a guy like Judy, give up hardly nothing. But I think I got a sense that they're going to move on from him at some point this season, either before the season, during the season. It just doesn't seem to fit the direction they're going here. They got a lot of young dudes that can ball out over. I'm telling you, Cleveland got some young whippersnappers out wide. And they want to get those dudes on the field. Fannin, I don't even think he's practiced yet. So people forget he's in the mix. So everything you're seeing now doesn't even include him. So they want to get him out there. And so, yeah, this guy ain't going to be on the team. Judy will be traded. That's my prediction. How many receivers I got? 6. We need a running back, though. We're going to take this guy. We need a RB who can have some kind of standalone value. Tyler Algier. I think this Arizona offense will move the ball. I don't have any doubts about it. Now, whether they score a lot of touchdowns, I don't know, but they're going to get in scoring range. When you got dudes like McBride, Harrison coming back, Michael Wilson, and then you add Jeremiah Love to that mix, they're going to move the ball. I don't care who's quarterbacking, as long as it ain't Carson Beck. As long as a veteran is quarterbacking that kind of a roster, they'll move the ball. It's because they got just too many playmakers. Now, they might bog down in the red zone potentially because, maybe they can't execute there, but they'll be moving up and down the field. And then Love is going to break some big plays too. And so if they get within the 5, maybe they got the hammer in our guy Algier, maybe he can push him into the end zone, but they're going to move the ball. Not buying that they're going to be some sorry offense. No, they might be a sorry team, might not win a bunch of games, but they'll move the ball on offense. I don't have any doubts about that. Oh, we might be able to get this guy since we don't have that guy. What's our bye weeks? We got to keep track of some bye weeks here. Okay. Starting to load up on some of these bye weeks. All right. 15th round. We got a 2-5-6-1. Do we go ahead and... Yeah, we need another back. We'll take another guy who can give us some kind of points. Hopefully some goal line touches. A guy like Sean Tucker might be in the mix for some, high value touches there in Tampa Bay. So we'll go ahead and add him to this roster. I'm not liking the fact that I'm hearing that Bucky and Gainwell are 1A, 1B. It's like, man, this makes this backfield super convoluted to where I don't want no parts of the expensive dude, which is Bucky. It's a little too pricey if they're going to have a 3-headed monster, in my opinion, unless he falls really dramatically. I guess here he went, where did he go? Went to our guy Losmo, 5.6. I don't know. I'm still feeling that one. I don't know if that's good enough for me to take him there. But what's your thoughts on that, Losmo? You think that it's still okay to get him there? Obviously, well, you took him there, but you're not worried about the coach speak saying that Gainwell's like a 1B too? I mean, like a 1B. Dentist office waiting room. Doesn't it? Yeah. Then he just keeps looping. Yeah, while you're sitting there. That's probably where I got it from. It's like, hey, man, this is dentist office music. Well, let me change the board a little bit so you can see the picks. Do we go with Frymouth again? We're not. I got a feeling Dolchich is going to outdo Frymouth. Yeah, I think he will. Because they're going to be trailing a lot. They're going to be throwing the ball. So I think it's one of those things where just out of sheer volume, a guy like Dolchich gets there. They could be in trail mode most games. And so if that's the case, he can get a lot of volume. All right, we got Caleb, Daniel Jones. I think I'm going to shake this draft up. And take a flyer on a guy. Got 2 picks to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running backs. We'll stop right there on the running back room. We need a receiver. Let's see what the receiver's looking like right now. We like that guy. Like that guy a little bit. Let's see who else we like. Adding them to the queue. Oh, man. That was one of the dudes we kind of had our eye on. Starting to move up a little bit, it looks like. Jalen Noel. Getting a little bit of coach speak. A little bit of OTA shorts and sneakers and T-shirt hype. Let's see if he can transfer it to the training camp. I really like the reports that come out of the joint practices. When you start burning the other team, that's when my radar goes up that, yo, this could be real. But a lot of times these shorts and T-shirts and helmet practices, they don't really mean that much. We'll roll with this guy right here. Torrey Horton. Yeah, so when I see these guys playing these joint practices and then they really start getting busy, then I think like, oh man, this could be a real thing here now. It's not the same dudes you've been practicing against. It's the other team, and the other team, is trying to make some plays and not let you eat them up. So that's when it starts to look a little more real. The joint practices, training camp. Not even preseason games. Preseason games to me are overrated. Where you're usually going up against dudes who ain't even going to make the team. It's like, and then your quarterback might suck. That's in the preseason game with you. He might not be able to get you the ball right. You get a lot of 3 and outs. So preseason games are kind of stink too. I like the joint practices as a big indicator to me. Whether you can really play. So I remember the first joint practices I remember where I was like, oh, this dude is the truth. Because I'm not sure that they had joint practices back in this day, what I'm going to mention, as much as they have them now. And it was the Minnesota Vikings, Randy Moss, rookie year. He lit the fuck out by some team that they had a joint practice with. And I was like, oh man, this dude's a rookie coming in. And they was just talking about it, how he just was killing everybody. He was unguardable. And I was like, oh, this is real. Because rookies back then wasn't getting drafted in fantasy leagues that high. This is in the 90s. And so Moss was like, nah, you better get this dude. And so, yeah, that's when I knew, oh, joint practice means something. Because this dude was smoking cats in the joint. The opposite team, they could not fuck with Randy Moss, man. And ever since then, I'll be like, oh, let me check out these joint practices. And then that's when you kind of can really see if these young dudes or anybody is like, who's poised for a breakout, they kill the joint practices, they're ready. All right, so we finished this draft about now. Be like in 2 picks. So we'll go ahead and give a quick review. Anthony Richardson We locked up the quarterback room because maybe what if Danny Dimes is slow off the gate and doesn't really play. Right? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and give a quick review of our guys in the draft. Anybody else is out here, go ahead and speak up. Remember to smash that like button, please, if you will. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some teams here. Go ahead and turn this music off for now. All right, let's pause the music. Let's go ahead and share this tab. Okay, so we'll look at our team first. We came out of the 7 hole with a 3-6-7-2. We got Caleb Williams, and then we locked up the Indianapolis quarterback room. Maybe our guy Richardson maybe gets traded. We don't know. Well, he's a wild card. Maybe he's a 0. Maybe he's a hero. Who knows? But we're not going to worry about it. We got Caleb running the show as our main guy. And we got 6 backs. Bashal Tootin, Rico Dowdell, Rashad White, another starter, Mason, another starter, and Algier, who should have a role, and Tucker should have a role. So we started off kind of a 0-ish type of start, and we kind of like how this backfield ended up. It's fine. We got Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, starting off with 2 out of our 4 are kind of on shaky ground as far as starting the season, but we try to make up with it with some guys who we think come out the gate, which is Downs and Boston. Boston, I think, is going to come out the gate pretty strong. And then we got Torrey Horton as another guy we believe in maybe as the season goes on. So we need our guys to really produce early. We're going to be out there, and hopefully Neighbors and Pierce aren't on the shelf too long. But we're going to roll with a little bit of a risky receiver room that gets better as the season goes on. Then we got Bowers and Dulcich, 2 tight end room to fill up the roster. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our guy Lawsimo, who was right next to me. Out of the 6 hole, he's got a 2.493. All right, don't see many of those. And so let's see how it came about. Got Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, 2 quarterbacks. You don't need any more than those 2 guys. And we got JT Hampton, Bucky Corum. He went with a 4, kind of a hyper fragile build, but I like this if Bucky Irving comes through. That will be the key to me. If he doesn't really deliver on this one, I think maybe could have used 1 more potentially, but it's worth the risk. If you believe in Bucky and he comes through, this is going to be a fantastic strategy because I'm sure the receivers are going to be locked and loaded to give you a lot of points and to fill in the flex if need be to cover for that back who might not hit. So I do like this approach that you went with 9 receivers with that, with the fact that Bucky was in there. And we got Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Worthy, Wandale Robinson, Omar Cooper, Jeremy Bernard, Cooper Kupp, Troy Franklin. And then we got 3 tight ends, Jake Ferguson, Ronnie Gasson, and TJ Hawkinson. Yeah, I like this build. It's a little different approach than normal, and you got to mix in some different strategies, man. So, yeah, our guy Lawsimo always knows what he's doing. And it comes with outside the box thoughts. We got our guy Philly Bird Gang coming out of the 11 hole with a 2.583. Yeah, I like this construction normally at the 2.583, especially when you start out with 2 quarterbacks that don't need to know. They don't need any more assistance. Josh Allen, Jordan Love. And so you paired these guys up with teammates as well. So we got James Cook, Devon Achane, Isaiah Pacheco, Tank Bigsby, and Braylon Allen. A well-rounded room with lots of contingency value late with Pacheco, Bigsby, Allen, and you got 2 workhorse guys early, James Cook, Devon Achane. And then you got Mike Evans, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Jaden Reed, the double stack on the Packers with Quentin Johnson, Mike Oh, Pittman, I like that value you got on him. Donnie Mitchell, and a late flyer on Keon Coleman, stacking with Josh Allen. And if Keon Coleman somehow just the light turns on, his coach doesn't seem to be giving up on him. So that play could definitely pay off, being that it's such a late pick. And you got Dalton Kincaid, another reliable target for Josh Allen and Dallas Goedert and A.J. Barner. All right, and I wanted to check out this guy's team, even though he's not in here. I just want to see how he ended it. This guy at the 10-hole, Wobby. So he's got a 2.583 as well. Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray. You got Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Jadarian Price, Jonathan Brooks, Tyjae Spears. Oh, yeah, I like this team. CeeDee Lamb, McConkey, BTJ, Addison Diggs, Zachariah Branch, Christian Kirk, Devon Bailey. Oh, I don't like those last three receivers, but outside of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His top 5 is fine. I don't draft none of those last three. From what I'm hearing, Kirk is done like toast. And I'm right here in the belly of the beast of the 49ers. Not hearing anything good about him. Isaiah Likely, Kenyon Sadiq, Cade Otton. Nice tight end room. Yeah, solid team. Very strong team. If those last three receivers happen to come through, I don't think they will, but they will even make this team stronger. And if Diggs finds a favorable spot, this team will be a force in this league. All right. So, like I said, is there anyone else who would like a review? Go ahead and let us know. But other than that, I want to thank you for coming. And we did 3 drafts. Yeah, we did our thing. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Go ahead and smash that like button on your way out if you haven't already. And appreciate you all. We're going to sign off right now as we hit you with the outro. All right. Peace.
I read the board like maps. 3 moves ahead, no cap. You draft on vibes and dreams. I built my league from scratch. My bench got hidden gems. Your roster full of names. I spot the league before it shows, then pour salt on the game. I trade like a casino, flip risk in the gold. You chase last week's fireworks, I chase the box score code. I know the soft matchups line up buffets and rain. I turn a sleepy Sunday into a money train. Check the line, I'm locked in. Every we got teeth. You bring a hot take, I bring season long receipts. I got the crown, I got the crown. Draft day, I run this town. Stack my wins, cash my clout. Say my name when lights go out.
It's your boy Young Moolah, man.